This is Vader Reviews. We are honored that you would join us. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank my brave heroes of the Empire for your donations last weekend. Thanks to your generous support, we can replace our lightsabers that broke while we were shooting our short film, Fallen Jedi. Jason Robertson, Bryson Blakemore, Chad Mayer, newly appointed Imperial Commander Peng View, and Admiral John Crawford. The Empire thanks you for your service. It is greatly appreciated. Now with that out of the way, join me as I review Titan AE. Originally envisioned as a live-action film, the project was eventually turned over to animation legends Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. A team of 26 animators, as well as 312 artists and technicians, worked tirelessly 7 days a week to complete this film on schedule over a period of 19 months. Planned for release in 1999, the film was pushed to June 16th the following year to stay out of the way of the Iron Giant and Toy Story 2. Sadly, while a box office of $36.8 million sounds like a tidy sum, with a production budget of $75 million, 20th Century Fox decided to close its Arizona-based animation studio after only their second feature film. It's always a good idea to begin your movie with an explosive action set piece, and things start off with a bang as the Earth is destroyed. That's what I'm trying to tell you, kid. It's been completely blown away. Yes, sir. Nothing like a little planetary destruction to give your film some energy. And speaking of energy, our neon nemesis of the film are the Dredge. These cobalt creeps like uniformity, and since mankind has a pesky inclination towards multifaceted diversity, they figure the only solution is to wipe them out wholesale, since humans have just made an important discovery that could change the face of the galaxy. We skip ahead, and in the space of just about 15 years or so, our star of the film has grown up from a bright young boy who's good at fixing things into a moody, troubled young man who can't let go of his past. And that hits me right where I live. As I stated in my review of Atlantis: The Lost Empire last weekend, Michael J. Fox was initially offered the role of Kale. Matthew Broderick and even Superman himself, Christopher Reeve, were also considered for the part, but it ultimately fell to Jason Bourne, or should I say Spacin' Bourne, Matt Damon. Come to think of it, this whole movie hinges on finding a strange new world for the human race to call home. Give him some time, a sack of potatoes, and a bucket of poop, and Matt Damon can terraform a planet. He did it in The Martian, so why go to all this trouble? Now, Kale's pappy was a brilliant military scientist, and left the little munchkin a ring that projects a handy map that will lead him to the Titan, a giant space ball that Lone Star himself, Bill Pullman, is searching for. Now, the Dredge may have destroyed our home world, but we're gonna live on. We're gonna survive. Kale carries the fate of us all, being the ring bearer, so to speak, on their little galaxy quest. It's a race against time to find the Titan before the Dredge can destroy it, which is one of the many things I enjoyed about the film. The adventure moves along quickly from one strange world and action set piece to the next, never leaving you feeling bored. The crew of Corso's ship are also colorful characters, if not a little childish at times. Karen Allen, who most movie fans will recognize as Marion from Indiana Jones, was considered for the role of Akima, Kale's love interest. But given her experience around extraterrestrials since she made her acting debut in E.T., the role ultimately fell to Drew Barrymore. Nathan Lane excels at portraying the charming yet villainous Preed. Weapons Officer Stith is unfortunately hampered by her ridiculous character design. And then there's Goon, kinda the Slippy of the team, an annoying little toad who's good at fixing things. And if it sounds like we've got a full house of characters here, so to speak, oddly enough, John Stamos was considered for the role of Goon. Have mercy, that would have been weird. I mean, Joey I could understand. Even dorky old Danny Tanner, because at least Bob Saget's a comedian. or at least he tries to be. But Uncle Jesse, the guy with the coolest hair on 80s television for Goon? Anyway, wacky space antics ensue, and after a few twists and turns, Kale and Akima find the Titan, which is pretty much a reverse Death Star when you stop and think about it. But don't be too proud of this technological terraformer you've constructed. The ability to produce a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. Interestingly, the character of Jim Hawkins in Disney's Treasure Planet also bears more than a few similarities to Kale, a mechanically inclined yet troubled young man due to his father leaving him at a young age, who is befriended by an old space pirate while following a map across the galaxy. They both even share a moment learning how to fly, using the symbolism of a dad teaching his kid how to drive. Why, if Ben hadn't swiped my kids and hidden them from me, I would have taught Luke how to fly, and together we would cruise the galaxy as father and son. Fun fact, when our heroes stop at the new Bangkok Drifter colony, eagle-eyed viewers may notice the Death Star is hidden in the design. This is not the only connection to Star Wars, however. Visual effects artists who worked on Episode 1 handled the ice crystal sequence, and Matthew Wood, who Star Wars fans will recognize as the voice of General Grievous and the battle droids in Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars series, was the supervising sound editor on the film. In the end, Titan AE is a visually striking and intricately designed film that pushes the boundaries of Western animation. A thrilling and beautifully rendered sci-fi adventure film that tried to bridge the gap between traditional hand-drawn and computer animation. Sadly, due to the poor box office returns, Titan AE is part of the last gasp of an art form that is all but extinct in every corner of the globe with the exception of Japan. Despite this fact, however, much like the human race in the film, Titan AE has continued to survive, gaining a cult following who appreciate this classic from the turn of the century. So for its complex and emotional story, amazing art design and world building, stellar performances by Matt Damon and Bill Pullman in particular, and breathtaking animation by Don Bluth and his team, I give Titan AE 4 out of 5 Death Stars. The Force is strong with this one. This has been Vader Reviews. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on Twitter @Vader Reviews. Join the Empire today. You do not yet realize your importance. Share these videos, and together we will rule the internet. And always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.